As may be known in the last video, this boat was destroyed. This seam split open, and I repaired it with the brass hinge, which seems to have worked wonders. But then this seam split open, and I haven't fixed that yet. But since that video, I have emailed the company that this boat came from, this folding kayak, and they responded to my internet-based messages. And they decided to give me this, which is the new model, their newer model of folding kayak. There are some differences. The first thing you will notice is that this one is significantly shinier than this one. And that's most likely due to weathering and the effects of 4 years of use. And possibly the sun, other things. But it also looks like this one is a slightly lighter shade of green than this one. This is a 2018 model, and it is, I believe, their original design. It took over a month for them to ship it to my house. It kept getting delayed, but this one, after the email, I believe was here in less than 2 weeks. I'll have to check on that. I'll have to check that to verify it. But there are also some other differences in the design. The logo, which looked like that in 2018, now looks like this. It now has a picture of a guy in a kayak instead of an anchor with a skull and bird wings. Another change in the design is the fin in the back. The 2018 model, it had a little fin. I believe it was black, and it sheared off. It was mounted right here, and it sheared off the first time I used it. But in the new model, it has this. Which, as you will observe, the viewer, you can pull the string in order to raise and lower it so it doesn't shear off like it did in 2018. Another very obvious difference is the clamps, is the fasteners used to hold it together. In 2018, they looked like this. There was a lever and this, and then it was a hook. Now, it has this. Look. It's a different design. It has this lever made of aluminum, and another large aluminum lever, which you can push it here. and then that locks it in place. I imagine that this is much less susceptible to coming apart as these ones sometimes did. Another difference, another change that has been made is the seat. 2018, it was a stack of 3 pieces of styrofoam and a styrofoam back, and it was held in place by this sandpaper for friction, which did a good job. The seat wasn't very comfortable, so I swapped it out for an aftermarket one. The only modification I actually made to this boat, other than tying a rope to the bow. And the back of the seat was held up by this strap, which was also used to carry the boat. Now, however, it is simply one layer on the bottom and one layer on the back, both of them reinforced with plastic. Instead of being strapped to the sides of the boat, it is strapped to these what looks like reinforcing rods, but they're also used to hold the boat in place. And there's hooks on the bottom to catch it so that it doesn't move. In 2018, there was no footrest. Now there is a footrest, and it is adjustable. The railings in 2018 were square and kind of bulky like this. These ones are softer to the touch, or at least smoother to the touch, and they're rounded. They might not even catch the paddle like this was. It would jam up against here. The new one also has these strap things that the old model did not. These strap things, I believe, are most likely for the purpose of holding it together just in case it comes apart. I don't know what these loops are, but I would probably tie a rope to it. And they were not on the 2018 model. A big difference is this. See? There were these little holes, these brackets with holes in them that you could tie a rope to. Now, they're handles. There is a QR code on the front of the new model. Maybe you can use one of your fancy QR code readers to scan it if you want. Looks like that. Don't know why you would need it. It's probably a method of advertising. What else? Oh yes, these reinforcing bits are slightly different. They're slightly more rounded, and they don't have ridges like those ones. In 2018, the bow and stern were strapped together like this. It went, one side went all the way over the other, and then it strapped down on the side. The same on the stern. Now, however, they fold down in a more symmetrical pattern and strap on the top. So that's nice. The 2000 whatever year it is now, boat, whatever year it is that I uploaded this video, look at the date. This one is slightly wider than the 2018 model, although it's kind of hard to tell because of the structural failure caused by that seam. The sides are also lower than in 2018. They were this high in 2018, now they're only this high. You can see the difference side by side here. Another difference can be seen on the hull number plate. Focus. See? This one, in 2018, it was approved for 350 pounds. Did not say what those pounds were supposed to be made of. Now it says maximum passenger capacity 250 pounds and maximum capacity total is 300 pounds, probably due to the lower walls. I imagine that this one is likely faster and even more stable than the 2018 model. But I do have plans for this Hulk.